Question is that most of our other content partners have content and they build this content and then they want to put it out for enthusiasts. They don't have this entire ecosystem around the content. And you guys have that. NPDA, Powersports World has that. There's dealers who, touch customers every day and can help grow the network. There's people in that room over there that know where content is and know people who create content and create it themselves and will be able to now bring the content in. So it's this whole ecosystem around power sports in which none of our other networks really have that.
Sitting in that room this morning, what I was really impressed by was that every single person, every single dealer in that room was very engaged in terms of how they can help us to grow Powersports World. And that's really the message that we wanted to get across to each one of them, is that this is their network. Powersports World is every NPDA member's network. They own this network. So what does that mean? How can they help us? They create content every single day at their dealership. They're telling stories. We need them to help us to tell the story of the industry. And that's really the exciting part about this, as Anthony said, is that this is a grassroots network. This is an opportunity to tell stories from the ground up. And overall, it's a massive opportunity, and it's a massive industry that we are very lucky to be in the position that we're in, to take those grassroots stories and tell them on a national and international basis. That's 100% right. DAZN is in over 200 countries. So right away we have that footprint, and the Powersports World content is in. I want to say it's not 200 right now, but it's in the high 100s. But they are in overall 200 countries. So yes, Powersports World will be all over the world. Not only with DAZN, but with other platforms as well. This whole notion of free ad-supported television is something that's emerging, not just in the U.S. It's very popular in the U.S., but it's emerging all over the world. DAZN is one of the first platforms that's really taking this multinational approach to it, but other platforms that we're working with are doing the same thing. And we expect that Powersports World will be one of the channels that will be distributed all over the world and be really ubiquitous.
So what I'll add to that is that the rest of the world, outside of North America and maybe the UK, are about 4 years behind the US in this whole new medium of connected TVs and new way of getting content and just having advertising in your content. Most of the world never really did that, right? And we have beachfront property on some of the bigger players with, Distro and Plex and Samsung and LG and all these guys that are all over the world already, and DAZN, which is arguably larger than ESPN because they cover all countries. So we have this property, and as they start catching up, we would have already been there. We'll be more mature, and we'll probably find ourselves wanting to create content in country eventually. So making different feeds, because through the data we'll probably figure out that this area of the world really enjoys this type of stuff, right? And so we want to promote this here, and so we may have a different feed or different kind of content because bikes are more of a part of life in some places in the world, right? So I do think we have a great opportunity worldwide, and we're already there. So we're just going to grow with it and hope that we can create better experiences in all the different countries as we go along. Yeah, so I was going to say, Bob said it the best when he said they own it. It's easy to say that we need them to feel like it. First off, they have to be able to put it on in their facility and be very proud of what they see up there, right? So that means they have to have a say and come and say, hey, I really like that stuff, or have you guys talked to these folks because they create great content. So look, there's we're not the experts. You guys are all the experts. If content's not working, we need to know about it, and we need to change it out, right? So if it doesn't represent the brand, they need to come back and say that. They have to feel every day that they're proud of it and that they want to keep building upon it because it's serving a purpose for them, right? I strongly believe that they're all going to find that because of something that happened there, somebody came in, looked at a bike, looked at some products that they have, and maybe did a purchase, right? But I think it's getting the awareness out and touching an audience that maybe doesn't know that they exist in their own town, or that they're 20, 30 miles away and I should go here and talk to these guys because this is really interesting. So I think them feeling as if they own it is really important.
This is a dealer-owned channel. We want to make sure that all the dealers understand that and help us to program the network in the best way possible.